A USB-C for you! Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. So honest. If this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back again. Please, no matter what the situation, continue to do so. Subscribe, bell notify, bloody blah. Anyway, I'm not wearing any pants. As we heard from Apple whisperer John Prosser not too long ago on the Painfully Honest Tech podcast, be sure to subscribe to that. There has been another leak lending support to the claims that the iPhone 12, despite all kinds of prototypes and leaks and rumors and blah, 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 will not have a USB-C connector. According to a tweet from a person who calls themselves Fudge. I can hear the groans and the rending of garments from the tech elite cork sniffers out there. Oh my God, yes, this is 2012. Did you really think Apple was going to put USB-C on an iPhone? I mean, come on, you can't be that gullible. A move to a USB-C connector this year would be a lateral move at best. And for a very special reason I will reveal later in this video, that move would be all for nothing. Who cares if the European Union says there has to be one connector to connect them all? There are a few good reasons why Apple will not give up the port that's been the staple of the iPhone since 2012. This is Apple. When has Apple ever bowed down to like multi-nation collaborative entities? Never. No. There was never going to be USB-C on the iPhone, and I can hear you out there, but the iPad has USB-C. Why not the iPhone? Well, the iPad isn't trying to be an iPhone. It's trying to be a computer. As such, it needs that USB-C port to be able to do sort of computer-like things. I wouldn't be surprised, given the release of the new Magic Keyboard and all that kind of stuff, that Apple's not inching ever so slightly closer to replacing the MacBook Air with the iPad Pro. But that's a topic for another video. Let me know if you want to see that video by liking this video. Whatever. But the iPhone is a different story. There are a few reasons why Apple won't give it up. They will not give up that Lightning connector. One, cost effectiveness. Implementing a whole new protocol for connecting and charging a whole series of devices. There are rumored to be at least 5 new iPhones this year. Why quit when you've got a good thing going? The needs of the iPhone are not the needs of the iPad. The Lightning port might not be the revolutionary connector it was when it was first released 8 years ago, but it works. Number 2, Apple makes a metric crap ton of money off the Lightning connector, and licensing the protocol to third parties so they can make Apple accessories with the Lightning stuff going on is big business. It's big business. In 2016, it cost $4 per connector to get that MFI certification, which basically means your device is Apple approved. So it's no small thing, and I guess people are willing to pay it. Looking at it that way, can you really blame Apple for not wanting to hold on to that connector for another year? But wait. There's actually a consumer-friendly reason why keeping the Lightning port is a good thing. Think of all the accessories iPhone users have purchased over these last 8 years. All those cables they overpaid for, all those docking stations that were too expensive. A lot of this problem might have been mitigated by the advent of wireless charging, but another year of Lightning means another year that Apple devotees don't have to go out and buy a whole new bunch of accessories. And before you go and say that wireless charging already exists and everybody's using it and blah, 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 so what's the big deal of changing the port? One report from February 2019 claimed that only 29% of users across all platforms used wireless charging. That number may have improved over the last 12 months. I mean, one study says one thing, one study says another, but when 2/3 of your customer base potentially still plugs in their phone at night, it's going to be a huge shift for a lot of people to go to USB-C or to wireless or to anything. And that brings me to part 2 of Mr. Fudge's leak. I guess. While Apple will stick with Lightning for the iPhone 12, the iPhone 13, or whatever they decide to call it, will be the first iPhone to go entirely portless, utilizing a smart connector similar to those found in the iPad Pros and that kind of thing. While there are potential benefits to a portless phone, like improved water resistance and one less hole to fail, it will almost certainly impact the phone's repairability, and right to repair advocates are not going to be happy about that. There's so little that's user serviceable in an iPhone or any Apple product really anymore. Going portless is going to make that an even bigger deal. Many will wonder, how will they get their files and photos off of portless devices? But we'll have to bring them along slowly, take them by the hand, and guide them into the third decade of the 21st century, where the need to move stuff on and off your devices with a wire has been mitigated, okay? You don't need a wire. So if, in fact, the iPhone goes portless in 2021, it's really pointless for them to even consider moving over to USB-C for just 1 year for a device that really won't benefit a ton from the USB-C shift. I don't know how I feel about a portless future, but I do know I rarely plug in my phones at all these days. In fact, when I went back to using an iPhone 7 Plus to see how it held up in 2020, one of the things that was really weird and hard to get used to was I didn't have any lightning cables anywhere plugged in. So I had to go find the lightning cables and plug them in and plug in my phone for the first time in a long time. How do you feel about this latest nugget of potentially true Apple information? Potentially. Are you ready for the portless future, or do you still, like me, mourn the loss of the headphone jack? You didn't think I was going to make a video without talking about the headphone jack. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and be sure to check out one of the videos that's going to pop up down here on the screen to find out more Apple greatness or goodness or badness or whatever tech-related brilliance that I have to offer you, all right down there. Oh, and subscribe to the channel or don't. Once again, my name's Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.